Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your High Priestess reading for 2020. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out, show her some love and support. This is intended, but not limited to, be a romantic reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. Also, this may resonate as yours or your person's moon, rising, or Venus sign. My voice has been pretty good today, but I've got lozenges unwrapped and at the ready in case it gets wonky. I'll be fine, then all of a sudden it feels like I got like a tickle in there, and it's oh, yeah. So it gets really dry all of a sudden. I had laryngitis a couple of days ago, so all right. Sagittarius. Your High Priestess reading about here? What's your intuition trying to tell you? Trying to tell you. Sagittarius. Ace of Swords. 3 of Cups. King of Cups, that could be Pisces. 6 of Wands. 9 of Swords. The Sun, that could be Leo. Lovers, Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. Ooh, the Empress, that could be Aries or Taurus. All right. So, this is you. What did you just start? Did you cut things off because somebody was... Has this happened before? You just found out that somebody was cheating? Or are you just tired of dating? Are you tired of the same thing happening over and over again? Whatever it is, you just find yourself in the same situation over and over again. And you're tired. You understand, all right, there's a pattern here for the Sagittarians I'm reading for. It's like, there's a pattern here. And I'm going to get out in front of this now. What's this King of Cups about? What's this King of Cups? Page of Cups. What's this 6 of Wands about? What's this 6 of Wands about for Sagittarius? You're walking away from something. The Magician. Whoopsie. Gemini, Aries, or Virgo. What's this 9 of Swords about? Oh, yeah. Three of Swords. What's his Sun about? What's his Sun about? 9 of Wands. Okay. So you've got somebody that it might appear like they're kind of all loving and but this is someone that's kind of not letting anybody get near them because of a past hurt. And yet, while that can be, it's one of those things that you look at and go, oh, that's a bummer. At the same time, it's not up to you to convince them otherwise. Why? Okay, I'm getting a lozenge because it's starting. Let me get some water. This is someone that kind of has... I think you're tired of it having to be all their way or nothing. And I think you're like, nope, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. The thing is that it seems like, and the reason why you're wanting to not deal with this person in the same way or just walk away is because it looks like they're just a really great, fun-loving person, but it's actually a control thing. It's actually someone that's going to keep everybody at arm's length because they don't want to be a part of anything to where they have to give back too much, because they don't want to let anybody in or be vulnerable. And before you start feeling badly for them, it's kind of become where they'll do things to keep you mad at them or at distance from them, rather than open up and be vulnerable, rather than sit you down and go, look, I cheat on you, or I'm unkind to you, or I am emotionally unavailable to you as a way to keep you distant from me. Nobody sits you down and says that. So this is about you seeing that action from them and just deciding, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I'm not doing that. What's this Lover's card about? 7 of Cups. Yeah. What's this Empress about? Oopsie. Oh dear. What's this Empress about? Okay. This person is going to be putting themselves first, and they're not letting this go past a certain point. And fine, but that's not what you want. And this is somebody that is not going to give you what you want. This is somebody that you are going to have to put yourself first in other areas. And if you can accept that it's only going to go so far with this person, because they've got their own things to deal with that you didn't break, you can't fix. And it's not for you to have sympathy and go, oh, they're afraid to get hurt because they were hurt in the past. We all have been. But some people choose to, go to the gym or go on long walks or write their feelings out. They don't go out and cheat on somebody. They don't go out and do unkind things or the same thing over and over again and then say, I don't know why I do that. Yes, you do. You just don't want to deal with it. And I'm being affected by you not dealing with it. And you're supposed to care about me. And yet you're not doing anything to change about it, because let's be honest, what you're doing is working for you because you're putting yourself first. And this keeps happening over and over again. And you know that I'm brokenhearted here. I know that you're brokenhearted, but until you deal with that, I'm not going to let you keep making me a doormat. I'm not going to keep showing up for you to hurt me or for you to push me away. Like, it's that, it is, yeah. So, yeah, this is, it's almost like what they've got going now works for them. And okay, this is not for you to fix. You need, and it looks like I'm preaching to the choir here, because you're like, nope, I deserve better. I'm out. Cut this off. This is somebody that is dealing with their own issues that hasn't really dealt with them. And so what they do is they find new distractions instead of dealing with them. And your intuition has probably been telling you that, this might be more wishful thinking, this connection with this person. They probably don't know what they want, or they're not in a position to be really stable and give me what I want in a relationship. And if my happiness is if I'm going to be happy, I need to be in charge of what I want and what my needs are and take care of myself. And I can't fix this person's perception of what a relationship should be for me, or how they need to be in a relationship. They got their ideas, I got mine. Like, you can't advocate for them to pay more attention to you. And so this is about you, honestly, cutting things off. You've seen it for what it is. You're cutting it off, and you're going to go find your tribe. This person is not tribe. They have their own interests that don't intersect with yours. They're still dealing with stuff that they're not really dealing with. They're kind of using as an excuse, but then it only goes so far. Well, I have trust issues because I've been cheated on. You're not special. Me too. Like, we all have trust issues. We've all been messed over. We've all got luggage. Luggage at this point. We got baggage. We got luggage. You're not special. But it's what you do with that. And you're just like, nah, I need somebody that shows up for that. Not uses that as an excuse, gets her foot in the door, and then sets that down, and then gets to behave in a very self-serving way that... I like that the Empress is here. This is about you being in charge of your own happiness and going after it for yourself and making it happen for yourself. It's not going to happen with this person. And you might have been suspecting that for a while, that this person doesn't know what they want. And even if they did, it doesn't match up with what you want in a relationship. What else for Sagittarius? Knight of Cups. What else for Sagittarius? Queen of Cups, get it? Scorpio, Cancer. guys? Judgment. Okay. Be careful. This very well could be someone coming back around, that they're sorry, they don't understand why they're doing what they're doing. You need to keep your perspective about this, because that only goes so far. There's very little effort. There might be big awareness, but very little effort. We got a whole family here: King, Queen, Knight, and Page of Cups. So there's probably an intense emotional connection or a desire for that might seemingly be tribe at first, like this is a good fit, but it's probably because this person knows what to say and says all the right things. Like there's some kind of connection there, but it doesn't mean that it's binding per se. Like it might be tugging at your heartstrings, but you're going to have to balance that out with, is this going to meet your needs on a bigger level than just an emotional connection? I know it seems like, oh, this has such potential and whatnot, and there might be a really romantic offer. And the type of connection with this person, when things are great, it's really great. And you get to be the center and it's wonderful. But when they turn their gaze away from you, it's really cold, and it's like, what happened? So for now, there's this really great sort of emotional, romantic, whimsical intensity with this person, but it fades and you're left wondering, where'd you go? What about, you know what I mean? What about us? What about me? So I just feel like right now, if there's a new beginning, this person just came back in and established contact, you need to see it for what it is. This could be representative of like a back and forth situation, because right now there could be like an offer on the table. There's this romantic gesture, or things are back on an upswing with this person or a new person. And there might be even this emotional connection, but be aware that you're looking for someone that will give you that attention. And so you might be looking at it through like rose-colored glasses, or you might be kind of, because you want that kind of connection with somebody, you might be willing to adjust your own needs or wants and accept what and how they're giving it to you, instead of going, no, no, you said you'd be here at such and such. We're not going to delay this, or we're not going to, you know what I mean? Like, because you're so excited to have, a date or something, and then they say, oh, I can't really make it until after 11 tonight. And you're like, okay, because at least no. And I know that a lot of you listening to this are going to be rolling your eyes, whatever, bad example. Point is, this seems really great at first. If this is a new person, seems really great at first. If this is a person you've been dealing with, they always come in and come on strong. They always intro strong, but they can't sustain it. And this is more about you listening to your intuition and realizing that this person can't give you what you want, and seeing it for what it is, seeing this re-entry for what it is, if this is someone coming back, or seeing their behavior for what it is and why you are walking away, because they can't give you what you need emotionally. They start off strong, but this is someone that's quite self-serving. They're still not out of the woods with what they're dealing with yet. And this is not, no, this is about you needing to put your needs first, because this person's not going to do it for you. It's one thing if they're open and honest about having to deal with something that broke their heart, and they're just trying to get some perspective, and you're emotionally supporting them, and that's, and then you kind of bond over that. But it's another thing if they tell everybody that to get what they want from every person, and that's like their intro. Like that's what they lead with every single time they meet somebody that they want to do stuff with. You know what I mean? So you're ready, and you're looking for someone that you want that emotional connection. Be careful that you don't lose sight of what you want and your needs and being fulfilled in other areas, because you're prioritizing the emotional connection. And so I'm just going to say it. It could be that you want that quite badly enough to negotiate their treatment of you because you don't want to accept that, oh crap, another one that's not going to work out. Oh crap, this is another person that is not going to be very nice or is just more of the same. So just no lowering your standards here. Your intuition has been telling you to stand down, to put yourself front and center, to get out there, not waiting for the same person to come back and find you or for someone to find you. This is about you getting out there and going after what you want. And you selecting and you deciding, oh no, that person doesn't suit for this or that. I'm going to try this person. I'm going to go over here. Not being disappointed because someone let you down again. You might be placing too much initially on the person, like too much initial expectation on the person, wanting that instant connection too much. And this is about you being in the driver's seat and you moving from person to person until you find what suits you instead of waiting to be found. And I think you might have been dealing with this person for quite some time, and it's not going to be what you want it to be because they don't want what you want. They like keeping themselves as the focus, and you're not getting your emotional needs met, and that's going to take a toll over time. And this is about you realizing what you want and putting yourself first. What else for Sagittarius? Reflection. Pulling back to be able to think about this. And being aware along the way too. Being aware. Now, I feel like there's a negotiation here that because this person seems a certain way, this could be male or female, but they might be different with you privately. So what that means is everybody thinks they're so nice and this and that, but then privately they're kind of cold, or they only talk about themselves, or they only want to do things that they want to do, and you can come along if you want to, but I'm going to go do this. And yet everybody just thinks they're so great, and you're just like, well, they are a really nice person. Oh, of course I'll go along, because you want that emotional connection. And this person is wanting to spend time with you, but are they really? If they want to go only do what they want to do, and then you can come along if you know what I mean? I know that's a bad example, but it just seems like you're kind of bending your own rules to be in connection with someone that could take it or leave it, because it's really about being self-focused for them, and you need to be self-focused. It can't be all on you to make this relationship happen, because you're just in service of them if this is the type of, you know what I mean? And this is about you thinking about what you want and getting your needs met, and accepting the fact that this person or the relationships that you've been looking for are not giving you what you want, because it could be that you're waiting to be found and waiting to be, you're kind of passive and receptive, and you need to get out there and be like, nope, 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 yes, no, yes, no. Do you know what I mean? Now, if you don't want to date, don't date. This is not about, you need to get out there and take out, but if something does land in your lap, if you don't want to get out there, if something does land in your lap, you get to figure out if you want it or not. You get to see if it meets your needs. You get to take the reins. Just because it landed in your lap doesn't mean that they get to take the reins or that they're in control of it. No, it landed in your court. It is now in my domain. You wait there while I inspect this. You hold on a minute. This is my domain. Do you know what I mean? I didn't do the thing yet. Okay. All right. What else for Sagittarius? I think this is on a bigger scale for this year. I think this is going to be about you reconsidering your relationships with things, jobs, people, everything. And there's a shift that's going to be happening. Wanting to see things clearly. Is this just like a one-way thing? Am I giving, is it like imbalanced to where I'm giving, but I'm not getting my needs met? So I'm more exhausted. I have very little time for the people that depend on me or that I need to be present with. I have very little time because I give so much of my energy that I don't get back to a job that I don't like, or to a relationship that doesn't fulfill, or, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean you have to do anything on a bigger scale, but it means that you're going to start being aware of these connections that you have and starting to get perspective and thinking about, is this what's best for me? Does this have my best interest? Am I getting out what I'm giving? Is it an equal exchange here? You know, like when you go to your work, it's like, you know, I might not like it, but it's worth it to me because it has these and these perks or whatever. Or it allows me time for my family or blah, blah, blah. The relationship, that's another, you can't really get, you know, well, I don't like this person, but they give me that. Well, okay. But it's about looking at it like that and being like, you know, what am I really getting out of this? Is it, everybody thinks being selfish is a bad thing. We're all selfish. There's always an exchange. It's when the cost is greater than the payoff that we make a change. It's not that it's always fun, but we're all selfish, so don't feel guilty about that. It's just about you to start noticing this year. Are you getting what you deserve? Are people treating you the way you should be treated? And you eventually taking the reins on that and being in charge of your own happiness instead of being passive and receptive or prioritizing one area of relationship and going after that and waiting for someone to be what you want them to be and then continually being disappointed because you just kind of go along with whatever they do. You're like, wait a second. This could be Aries, by the way. Taurus or Aries. What else for Sagittarius? Eight of Pentacles. Yay, great money card. I like this because this is you thinking about things and working on yourself and prioritizing yourself and your needs in the face of someone coming forward and offering you a relationship. And it's you still having that perspective, even though someone might be coming in saying, hey, you know, I've been thinking about this and that, saying all the right things, doing all the right things, smelling the right way, looking the right way, talking the right way, all those things. But here you are by yourself going, let me think about that. I don't know. I mean, we've got the Seven of Cups and the Lover's card here. Not really sure. Let me think about that some more. I need to think for a while. And that's not just this month. This is this whole year. You're going to be kind of taking this sort of, it's like this awareness. You can't not know what you know. And you're going to start to question. And you're not going to put yourself in positions where you're going to be depleted and show up just to show up out of loyalty or out of whatever. No, you're going to see if it suits you. And this is a great year for like your job or your work going on in the background. That's going to be just fine. But you're going to be thinking about this. And you're going to be making some changes and seeing it for what it is, keeping that perspective. And that's going to, in turn, keep you focused on, or there's going to be a shift for you, putting the focus on yourself and what you want and what is best for you and getting your needs met. Whoever this person that you've been kind of had dealing with or had your eye on, I think you're going to very quickly, that's going to get phased out by like April or May, just because you're going to kind of see it as empty, that it's just not, the whole leading in with whoever this person is, they know what to say and how to say it, and they know how to tug at your heartstrings, and it might be true. It's just that that's all it is an intro. It's not somebody genuinely trying to resolve hurt feelings over something and trying to work through things and figure out a way. This is where they live. They're always trying because that eventually begets their partner always trying to work with them and help them. But this is someone that doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of strides. But you're sure doing a lot of work because you're constantly adjusting to their moods or their issues, or they're having a bad day or whatever. And you're like, you know what? I'm over it. I need to pull back. That's a lot of work for you. And you've got your own family that need you, or that you've got your own things that you do. And this person's kind of up and downness takes a lot of time. And you're starting to realize, you know what? It's never really going to be about me. And I need to put me first. Oh, jeez. Forgot I didn't do the diary. Okay. That's just Sagittarius. Judgment. Six of Swords. Judgment, judgment, Six of Swords. This is you reflecting, realizing, working while you're thinking. This begets, this work affects two areas where you're kind of, this is a very productive year for you. It's a good money year, good work year, but it also serves to help you work out a lot of things because you've been thinking quite a bit. This could be someone coming back in for a reconciliation attempt, again, saying all the right things, and you're hopeful, but then it's like, don't lose that perspective. Think about it. Stop and think. Are you showing up? Are you going to be just in service of again? Are you going to find yourself working like a dog for this relationship where you get very little in return? And in a way, it's kind of a do-over. You get to keep the money that you might have been lending or pouring out to this person, but this is about you reflecting, thinking, coming full circle on this and being able to put it in its place and finally move on. At least not be affected emotionally by it. At least maybe not letting it tug at your heartstrings, or perhaps it's the whole issue of you really wanting to find that special somebody that understands you emotionally or connect with emotionally. That's not going to be at the forefront anymore because you take care of yourself. You take care of your own needs. You don't have this void that you're looking without to fill. You're filling it within. And this is you processing. This is the year of like figuring that out. No longer trying to find someone to kind of fill an emotional need. You're taking care of that yourself, and it informs your choices differently because you're not looking for the same type of person. So when this person comes back in and is like, hey boo, I was thinking about you. How many people did you scroll through before you got to me and said the same? Just like a copy and paste. I mean, what did we? Again, bad example, but you know what I mean. You're gonna have a different perspective. You're not gonna fall for it because your needs are gonna be different, and you're not gonna be like, oh. Okay, all right. Thank you for listening, Sagittarius. I hope this was helpful. My voice didn't crack. Good. Got a lozenge straight. Please give yourself some space to think about this. This is for the whole year, so this is you kind of having this gently wash over you and giving time to reflect and to think and seeing things for what it is, and you make your move when necessary. But please protect that effort and that money and put that to where it is most useful, not towards this relationship, because this person right here will take it from you and give back very little. And for the Sagittarians I'm reading for, it's couched in a way to where you kind of feel sorry for them, or you kind of feel like, oh, don't do that. You feel all about yourself. You keep that money and that effort for yourself. Okay, all right. I hope to see you in the next reading. Thank you for stopping by. You take care.